Okay, real quick, I just want to make a video about this cool corner of YouTube that I found. Okay, so I am a truth seeker. I'm on a faith journey. I'm not baptized yet or anything like that, but I follow Christ. I try my best to follow Christ. So I watch a lot of Christian videos on YouTube. A lot of Father Mike, Bishop Barron, just like stuff to get to know the faith and reinforce the teachings and stuff like that. I watch a lot of apologetics videos that defend the faith. And then I kind of got into this, I guess they call it polemics, which is a criticism of something, which is, I'm talking about Islam. So just on my YouTube algorithm, someone named Nabil Qureshi came up, and he's a terrific speaker. He was talking about how he converted from Islam to Christianity. And so I watched a lot of his videos, and rest in peace, I found out that he passed away. And then I found a bunch of David Wood videos, and David Wood is basically on a crusade to criticize Islam, to criticize the religion, because he believes that Jesus Christ, Christianity, is the correct religion, which I also believe. And which is interesting because it's kind of a controversial thing to do, right? Like criticizing religion, which is something that people find very important, probably the most important thing in their lives. So is it a good or bad thing to do? Well, most people think, oh no, don't do that. Even if you have the best intentions, it's gonna backfire. If you criticize Islam, they're not gonna like you, they're not gonna like Christianity, and you're just causing problems for everyone. It's just not very wise, it's not prudent, it's not smart. But David makes some pretty compelling points. David Wood, he says that, well, first of all, this is an act of love, okay? So this is not a hatred kind of thing. This is not like, oh, I hate Muslims or whatever. It's the opposite, because Christianity is all about love, and in Christianity, love means wanting the person to do as much good as possible, to be as close to God as possible. So if you believe someone's led astray, it's actually an act of love to kind of help them find their way to the correct path. And obviously people disagree with what the correct path is. Mormons think they're right, Catholics think they're right, Protestants think they're right. So yeah, obviously people disagree strongly about religion, which is the one true religion, whatever. But it's not an act of hate or evil or anything like that to try to criticize something. Now, I don't think it's wise to be like too antagonistic or belligerent about it. Like, it doesn't feel right to insult people who believe in different religion. Like just from a diplomatic, political point of view, like that's kind of dumb, in my opinion. Maybe not dumb, but like maybe that's like short-sighted. It's like okay, if you're calling people stupid or morons or idiots, or anything like that, I mean, that can be, even if you're saying it with the right intentions to try to spread truth, that could be taken the wrong way. So it's, prudence is kind of like a political wishy-washy thing. And it's like honey and vinegar, right? You've ever heard of honey and vinegar? So some people speak with honey, some people speak like vinegar. So for example, people like Father Mike, Lila Rose, they're just so gentle and political. They approach controversial topics and they just handle it so carefully that they get their point across without offending people. When you get other people like, I don't know, say like Matt Walsh, he's a political commentator, but he'll call people garbage and morons and say, I hope you lose, I hope bad things happen to you, or something like that. Which some of it doesn't really feel biblical. It feels a little bit like hateful. I don't know. Even though Matt Walsh is Catholic and Christians are commanded to love everyone. So yes, I do try to love everyone. But yeah, I mean, but then this goes back to my point where criticizing other religions could be an act of love. All right, so I found this corner of Christianity where basically it's like Christians versus Muslims. Not like fighting or anything like that, but like debates. Well, it could be kind of fighting. I think from what I've heard, a lot of Christians have gotten death threats or harassment from Muslims. I don't know if there's any the other way around. But yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate. I mean, I don't think people should be harassing each other. I mean, I see online Protestants and Catholics disagree all the time. They'll say things that I'm sure offend the other, and yeah, like tensions can rise, but I don't think that means that you should harass people, right? Was it Jesus Christ who said to not fall into stupid arguments? And that's all about prudence. Like, what do you consider stupid? All right, what do you consider unwise to partake in, or folly to engage in? What does it mean to throw pearls to swine, to throw valuable things to pigs, right? Is the discussion you're having in good faith, or are people just not really listening to each other and just slinging mud and throwing stones and it's just toxic all around? I don't know the answer to that, but I don't think the answer is to just never talk to, or I don't think the answer is to never broach the topic of Islam, because Islam, from what I can see, is growing. Even though I think David Wood is saying that Islam is crumbling, there's a lot of videos that he's made that's saying like, oh, because of the internet, any curious Muslim can go online and learn about the religion and find out that it's full of flaws, or at least more flawed than Christianity. And so a sincere person who's seeking truth has the internet and will eventually find out the truth, which I believe is about Jesus Christ being the one true God, Christianity. So yeah, it's an interesting topic, because a lot of apologetics videos are about converting atheists. And Muslims are obviously not atheists. They believe in a God, but they believe in what Christians believe is a false God. And what's the best, smartest way to get them to see the light, right? In a way that doesn't backfire or create more bad than good. It's interesting. And just from a newbie, a newcomer to this kind of corner of YouTube, I see a lot of like harsh words, insults, and I bet that's probably just the culture. I mean, I'm sure people don't come into it the first day saying like, I'm gonna say some vinegary words about Muslims. But maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years into it, it just kind of devolves into that as they get into more heated discussions, and there's an established, almost like a subculture of how they talk to each other. Maybe it could be just like a kind of like a friendly kind of thing. Like, you know how like when you're like best friends with someone, you're like, hey loser, what's up? Like, shut up loser, you dweeb, you idiot, oh you suck. You know, it's like you don't really like, you're not really insulting them, but it's kind of like, I don't know, like terms of endearment. Maybe not, I don't know. But it's very interesting. David Wood, he's all over, at least my algorithm now. Never heard of him until the last, I don't know, a couple weeks. You know, funny how the algorithm works. I mean, sometimes I feel like the algorithm is maybe God has a hand in it, because it's like this complicated thing that delivers messages to you. And yeah, Haven't made videos in a while. It's been busy with work, with my actual work. But I love sharing information. So I want to share this kind of new corner of YouTube that I found. And so key names, Nabil Qureshi, David Wood. So I encourage this debate. I think it normalizes just speaking truthfully to each other. I think it's always good to normalize these things. I don't want things to ever be like, oh, like, don't touch that. It's a touchy, controversial topic. It's very taboo. Don't touch it. I think you can touch it. And obviously now the most important thing is, how do you talk about it? What's the most loving, wisest, most prudent way to talk about it? And I don't think anyone has the answer to that. I think with honey and vinegar, everyone has their own style of speaking. I have my own style of speaking. I have my own style of approaching things, as do you, as David Wood does. And I think that's kind of the beauty of it, right? Like, no two people on earth talk the same way. No two people have the same level of discretion or prudence or discernment, whatever word you want to use. Like, they can all kind of approach it a different way, which is kind of a beautiful thing about it. And some people are persuaded by honey. Some people are persuaded by vinegar. So I'm gonna keep kind of looking around this corner of YouTube, learning more about it. It's very interesting, very controversial, kind of spicy, but I don't know, something to learn more about. All right, bye.